This week, we opened a file that exposed the terrifying intersection of human emotion and modern cloud technology. It began with a desperate woman walking into an investigation section under the cover of darkness, and it ended with a digital execution at a keyboard. Thousands of you across the globe have spent the last few days debating the climax of this case. You've argued about digital safety, the boundaries of street justice, and a husband's unbelievable choice to forgive. Today, we bring the entire narrative together into one complete file. We will look at the tactical ambush, the psychological traps of an affair, and the silent ghost hiding inside Google Drive. If you want to understand how to truly protect your digital footprint in 2026, you need to see this journey from start to finish. This is the complete feature. It is a modern nightmare. An ex-partner holds a private video, using it as a weapon of absolute coercion. He demands compliance, or he threatens a digital execution of your dignity. When the victim arrived to report the threat, our team knew immediate, decisive action was required under Republic Act 10,175, the Cybercrime Prevention Act. We instructed the victim to maintain dialogue, agreeing to meet him on one absolute condition: the permanent erasure of the file. Blinded by overconfidence, the suspect took the bait. The location was set, an open area near a local basketball court. Minutes felt like hours as the team waited in the shadows. The moment he stepped into the light to claim his leverage, the trap snapped shut. Handcuffs clicked on the asphalt. His phone was seized, containing the absolute proof of grave coercion and the blackmailed media. Right there, his constitutional rights were read clearly in a language he understood. Now, let's pull back the curtain on a critical aspect of this production. When we produce these investigative features for Ching's perspective, protecting the absolute privacy of innocent victims is our highest moral duty. We don't use real faces from sensitive cases, and we don't rely on cartoon animations. Instead, we use advanced AI prompting to reconstruct the human textures, the precise lighting of that midnight ambush, and the abstract reality of a Google Drive silent sync. You see, the suspect had previously deleted the video in front of the victim to gain her trust. But he didn't realize, or perhaps he knew all too well, that the data had already migrated to his cloud vault. Understanding how your data syncs automatically in the background isn't just tech advice anymore. It is your primary shield against digital predators. Because the operation occurred on a Friday night, the courts and prosecutor offices were locked for the weekend. The suspect sat in a cell, waiting for Monday morning. But as the investigation unfolded, the deeper, messy reality of human lives came to light. This toxic cycle began months earlier during a simple morning routine. She was dropping her children off at school, and he was jogging around the nearby oval. A mutual glance turned into a digital affair, leading her to leave her marriage entirely. But the fantasy quickly soured, leaving her vulnerable to continuous blackmail. Yet, beneath the chaos of this crime lies a profound story of restoration. Her husband chose an act of radical grace. He forgave her, welcoming her back into their home to protect their children and their legacy. On Tuesday morning, the victim walked back into the section and made a definitive choice. She refused to move forward with the public trial, executing an affidavit of non-pursuance. She traded the loud, painful warfare of a courtroom for the quiet healing of her family. Left without a legal complainant, we facilitated a different kind of closure. We forced the subject to log into his Gmail, completely purged the cloud backups in front of witnesses, and manually changed the security credentials, permanently locking him out of his own digital weapon. This case forces us to look beyond a simple black and white view of justice. To the legal purist, a criminal walked away without a prison sentence. But to a mother and a restored family, a threat was permanently neutralized without destroying their private lives in a public court. My perspective is this: true protection requires absolute vigilance over your digital footprint. Be careful who you trust, understand where your data is backing up, and know that the cloud never forgets unless you force it to. To my global community, the file is now open to you. Did this digital lockout achieve true closure, or should the law have marched on regardless of the victim's wishes? Look at your own devices, protect your boundaries, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep our perspective sharp. I'm Ching. and I will see you in the next case file.
If you made this far, comment the word "more" so I know who the real ones are.